Hello, everybody. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. You might have thought like it was just me and Kane, but that man has appeared. Lucas.
Oi!
Welcome back, Lucas. Hope you're well. Before I get started, please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to E20 Zone TV, and get involved in these player ratings. Kane, you was on earlier. We all know you're good. But Lucas, how are you? What you saying?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, man.
Okay. I'm fine. I haven't eaten all day. I was out on the piss a bit, but now I got some McDonald's in my hand. About to
Fair enough.
give some expert player ratings. Everything's fine in the world.
What do you make of the game before we get started?
Um, it was a bit of a weird one tonight. Especially after Saturday, I think there was a little bit more pressure to maybe get 3 points tonight. But let's be honest, as long as we don't lose to Tottenham
Hmm.
at home, which David Moyes is an expert at, not losing at home to Tottenham,
Yeah.
everything's fine. But now there's a bit more pressure on Saturday at Wolverhampton away, and we all know Wolves away, not really our strongest away day. I think the last time we beat them away was April, like 2020, when we had Masuaku and
Hmm.
company, Snodgrass as well. But it was there were some times in the match where you kind of hope we take the reins a little bit or maybe go for it, but it is what it is. I think a point. I think a point's deserved.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. If I ever hear that word, take the fucking shackles off. I will
I
kill
will.
some fucker.
I will say this: the only thing that I was disappointed in, I know our bench is absolutely dreadful, but I still think we needed at least one sub tonight. I think if he brought on Danny Ings for Antonio possibly and maybe shifted him into 10 and moved someone else up top, maybe we could have broke through a little bit to get the 3 points, but it is what it
Hmm.
is. It's a point at the end of the day. You don't want to lose to Tottenham at home, and we don't lose to Tottenham at home, so happy
Fair enough.
days.
Fair enough. Let's get started with this then. And we'll start off with this man. Kane, let you go first. Lucas Fabianski. Big son.
I thought Fabianski was really good. I'll give him a 7. I even thought his distribution was really good as well. Who
I
did he
agree.
set off through once? I think it was Bowen, wasn't it? It was a really good ball, really composed Fabianski. Nothing he could do about the goal. I think maybe you could say he could be a bit further up his line, but it was just a bit poor defending. Overall, good game for Fabianski. Love the guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Lucas, what you say?
Um, I agree with everything Kane was saying. My only complaint that I really have about Fabianski is he's so fucking slow off his
Yeah.
line. And there's just some moments where things don't need to be as sketchy as they are. Because if he just comes off his line, some situations can be handled a bit easier and avoided.
Hmm.
But I thought he didn't really have a lot of difficult shots to stop today. All the clear cut chances Tottenham had, they shot
Straight.
literally right at him.
Great.
So I'll give him a strong 6 for the distribution. I did think it was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a high 6. I don't think he's at fault for the goal. I think what he done well. He come out a few times. I don't remember any saves that he made that kept. Well, he was keeping us in the game, not like Ariola would. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll give him a high 6, maybe a 7. High 6, I think. I was going to clear this up, Dan. Evening again, mate. No, you are pissed. It's the same hat. It's the same club. Nah, mate. It's a different hat. And I took that fleece off because I was fucking baking, mate. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, high 6, close to a 7, but just not quite. Right, here comes this man, Vladimir Soufal. Kane, what do you make of him?
Solid defensively, I thought today, Sufal, much improved against
Yeah,
Newcastle. I think a high 6, low 7, I think it's warranted. I think he did lose the ball a fair amount, but he wasn't bad at all. I think he was solid.
right. I'm going to ask you a question. For the goal, is he at fault? And in the second half, I thought he was one of our best defenders. That's why it's like it's. I think that he's at fault for the goal because he gets skinned again, doesn't he? In the second half, he throws his body on the, there for a shot from them. Um, what are you saying for him?
Yeah, I think if you get skinned, the fact that is Brennan Johnson that's just literally free and got the
Yeah,
freedom of the box, I don't think is entirely on Soufal, to be honest with you.
yeah. Give me a number, Kane.
High 6.
First 6. I'm actually going to give him a 7. I know it's a hard one. I think he deserves a 7. I thought in the second half he was good. Yeah, I'm going to stick with a 7. I thought first 5 minutes he's fucking brain dead, but the second half performance, I remember a shot he threw his body in front of it. There was an header that he got. If he doesn't header it away, they're going to score. Yeah, 7 out of 10. Lucas, what are you saying?
7 out of 10. I'm changing. You're right, James. Yeah, 7.
Yeah, I think he deserves a 7. What are you saying, Lucas?
A bit more improved from Saturday. Saturday was a bit of a horror show from him,
Yeah.
but he was a bit better tonight. I agree. The first goal, does he get skinned? Yes, but I feel like the defending in the box needs to be a bit more tight, a bit more better. People not really on their toes, and yeah, I'll tell you what. Him, Soucek, and Ward-Prowse. Fucking hell, they're gonna have what's the word I'm looking for? Welts on their backs and chests. They blocked so many shots. It felt like tonight, but I don't think Sufal Assad. I don't know if I can give him a 7, but I'm gonna give him a strong 6. Much
Strong.
improved from Saturday.
Fair enough. We'll move on to this man. I'll go first. Criticised him quite a lot, Kurt Zouma, recently. I've said quite a lot of stuff about Kurt Zouma. I thought he was excellent tonight. Really did. I think he threw his body everywhere. He even come out in the second half and play a lovely ball in the middle of the park and set up an attack. And I was thinking, fuck me, where's this been all season? Do you know what I'm saying? I think he was good. I think he was good. I think he suited the way Tottenham played. Tottenham played sort of in the middle of West Ham and not down the sides as such. But I thought he defended pretty well. I'm actually going to give him a high 7. I thought he was pretty good. Didn't really do a lot wrong. Scored the goal. Yeah, could be an 8. No, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I will give him an 8 because the goal is off his back, and that takes a fucking skill in itself to score off your back. You know what I mean? Messi hasn't scored off his back before, so there you go. Kane, what you say?
I agree. I think he's an 8 out of 10. I thought him and his partner were outstanding. I mean, the goal, obviously, we criticised the defence for the goal, but I thought other than that, the box defended on display tonight was fantastic. He gets an 8 out of 10.
Lucas?
Very good performance tonight. Everything you all said. I think tonight was definitely a bit more of a captain's performance. You know what? Honestly, you could probably go down and say this might be one of his best captain displays of the season. Maybe it's because it's Tottenham, so it's a bit more amplified. But yeah, I thought he was excellent tonight. I don't disagree with your ratings, but I'm gonna give him a strong 7, and I think he's going to get my man of the match personally.
Fair enough, mate. We'll move on to this man. Mavropanos. Lucas, let you go first.
The one thing I forgot to say, the only thing with Zouma, I just wish he would stop coming out of position and pressing high up the pitch. It literally scares the living shit out of me. But unlike with this man, Mavropanos, again, I thought he was solid tonight as well. I thought him and Zouma were a good duo tonight, and he made some crucial interceptions high up the pitch when he was out of position. So maybe you could call that a bit instinctual from him. But and I'll tell you what, I swear, him or Soucek were due for a goal tonight off the corners, legitimately, because Tottenham were absolutely horrendous. Yeah. They have no size. But I'm gonna give Mavropanos a solid 7. He was very close to Zouma, in my opinion, but Zouma scores a goal. Mavropanos was solid. I'll give him a solid 7.
I'm gonna agree. I think he should score that chance though in the second half. Well, when that ball comes in, I think that's got to be in the back of the net. Like, what was he 5 yards out? Isn't he 5-6 yards out? I think he defended pretty well. Didn't really do a lot wrong. I'll give him a sort of solid 7. I think that chance in the second half when the ball comes in, I think he's definitely got to put that away, mate. He really has. So yeah, I'll give him a 7. Kane.
I'm cusping on an 8. I genuinely thought his defending was outstanding with Zouma today, but I think a high 7 for me is a fair thing because I think Zouma was probably the better one. But I thought he was excellent today. Really impressed me. He's been so good for us the past few months. Got a lot of praise for him.
Yeah. What you going with? 8, 7, or high 7?
Joe, I'm going to give him an 8, a low 8.
And I'll tell you this, I'm not one of those people that think like when we have to buy a new center half, we should build around Mavropanos, but I'm really enjoying his progression over the season. I think he's been getting better and better as the season's gone on, and I feel like once the season's over and we go into next season, he could solidify himself as a solid Premier League center half.
And you know what?
Go ahead.
You just reminded me of something. Who was the man who turned around and said, "Watch Mavropanos this season when we've done that tier list"? It was this guy right here, baby. I turned around and said, "This geezer will come in and he'll be one of our best defenders."
And shout out to Big Dave who said Casey, whatever his first name is, or no, his last name's Casey. He should be in ahead of Mavropanos this season.
He did a whole essay complaining about the transfer. He's a very smart guy, official Big Dave. He doesn't get much wrong, you know.
Fucking hell, don't got that wrong. Right, we're going to move on to this. Emerson, take it away, Kane.
I thought he was good today. I thought he was really good at getting us out of defence into the midfields. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he was impressive. Defensively good as well. I thought he did really well at one. There's one chance they had there come through, and he did an absolutely brilliant tackle to stop him. So definitely a high 7.
I am going to give him a 7. Yeah, I agree. He carries the ball well. He gets us up the pitch. And the only thing that is a little bit iffy at the minute is the link-up play between him and sort of Kudus, or like where Paqueta's playing as a 10. It's just not sort of like it is with Paqueta. But other than that, I thought he was decent. Yeah, I'll go with a 7 also. Lucas, what are you saying?
Emerson, one of my favorite players. I'll be honest, the past, I would say maybe month, or let's just say maybe 4 matches, he's been declining a little bit just because he has such a, let's be honest, the start of the season until like the new year, he was unbelievable. And then just like everyone else, he started to decline a little bit. And some of it because Paqueta was hurt, some of it his own fault. But I thought he was solid tonight, and not up to. This could sound a bit harsh, but I know he can play a lot better than he did tonight. Even though he wasn't bad tonight, he was very solid. But the only complaint I have is I feel like sometimes Emerson just makes it way too easy for the fullback that's defending him because he never puts in a cross. Like, I know crossing is not his strong suit, but I think he needs to start just like putting in some sort of cross to keep the defenders on their toes, because every time he gets into that position, the defender just knows he's going to lay the ball back off or cut it back. So that's really my only complaint. But I'm gonna give him a 7. I love you,
7.
Emerson. I hope you're listening.
7 out of 10. Before I move on, please do smash a like on the video. Goes a long way, gets us out there, helps with the algorithm. You know what I mean? However you say it. There you go. Right, we're going to move on.
Algorithms and that.
All that jazz. Move on to this man, James Ward-Prowse. And what better person to start with than Kane?
Just remember, you're talking to the James Ward-Prowse committee.
Yeah, well, I most certainly am. Right, Kane, what you saying? Mr. Ward-Prowse.
James Ward-Prowse, my baller. I thought he was ridiculously hard working tonight. He really died for the badge. He was good at defending. He was good linking play upfield. I think he didn't really put much of a foot wrong, to be honest with you. I was really impressed with him. It was good to see him back in that 10 role, playing really well. And we need him. I think we're going to need him for the rest of the season just to be good, even if he is on the bench. I'm so close to giving him an 8 out of 10. I'm a bit biased. I'll give him a high 7. I thought he was excellent today.
No, give it to him.
Give him an 8. Yeah, give him an 8 out of 10.
I can't give him an 8. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10.
Whoa! What do you mean 6 out of 10? He was brilliant.
I thought he was all right, but he wasn't brilliant, mate. I think he does as I've always said, he does the basics very, very good. Like he's steady Eddie, isn't he, in the midfield? Do you know what I mean? His work rate was good, but he's not an 8 out of 10 for me, mate. Definitely not. Like I think he's a high 6 at best. Like if you want to be really kind, you can give him a 6, maybe a 7, but I'm going to give him a 6. I thought he was good, but not amazing for me. Lucas.
My favorite thing on this channel, whenever we do player ratings, my favorite saying, the truth always lies somewhere in the middle. And James Ward-Prowse gets a solid 7 for me tonight. In my opinion, last Saturday at Newcastle, I think was him and Thomas Soucek's best game as a midfield partnership. Right. But tonight, I thought they were very good partnership. Because at the beginning of the season, when we just forked them in there and said, Ward-Prowse, just do whatever, it didn't work out well. But James Ward-Prowse, I thought was... Does
everyone think they were a pivot? I thought Ward-Prowse was way high up today. I thought Paqueta was next to Soucek.
From where I was sitting, they kept like going in and out. So there was some times where Ward-Prowse was... we'll get on to Paqueta. I thought Paqueta positionally today was really bad. But
I think defensively he was good, but we'll get on to him. Yeah.
But James Ward-Prowse, I thought, like Kane said, he worked his socks off tonight. He blocked plenty of shots, kept the ball well. Work rate was great. So I'm going to give him I'm going to change my solid 7 to a 7.
Fair enough.
I love you.
We move on to this man, Thomas Soucek. I thought, that's why I rearranged the chair, he was our worst player tonight. I don't know about you guys.
Oh.
But I really do, mate. I really do. We might disagree on this one, but I did think he was our worst player. Right? He wasn't unbelievably bad, but in the middle of the park, this geezer just can't get the ball and get it out of his feet quick enough before he's pounced on. Do you know what I'm saying?
He kept the ball incredibly well today.
I agree with Lucas. I think he had a couple of sloppy moments, but other than that, I thought he was excellent at it. I thought he was a monster in midfield today. James, please take it back, mate.
We're going to clash on this one. Not for me at all in the slightest. I thought there was times where I remember he gave the ball away and they counted on us, and it was a 3-on-3 at one stage, and West Ham got back and sorted it out. I don't think this is the sort of game where when you got a decent side, they press him all day long. They know he's not very good on the ball. You know what I mean? Ward-Prowse is a bit better on the ball, so it's a bit harder to do it with him. But not for me. I'll go first. I'll give Soucek I'm gonna give him a 5. I thought he was the standard, mate. Like didn't really do anything of any note.
That's below average.
No, 5 out of 10.
I'm giving him a 5 out of 10, mate. I thought he was our worst player, right? But that's not a bad 5. That's just there's other players who are better, and he just done the fucking basics. Do you know what I mean? Runned around. He gets stuck in Soucek, but the fear is when he gets the ball, teams are running straight away.
Yeah, but what you just said, right?
Yeah.
Would you rather? Because we all know the type of player Soucek is, right? Would you rather Soucek panic and pull a Vladimir Soufal and just poof the ball up the pitch or out of play, or he stays strong on the ball, gets through a man, and then he gets the ball to someone else before it's taken off him?
I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, but when you're playing 4-2-3-1, your midfielder's got to be able to receive the ball in tight positions and get it out of his feet.
75% pass accuracy, James.
Yeah, but it's okay when you're going sideways and back, isn't it? To a point. Like, not for me.
You can't always pass the ball forward.
Right, I'll tell you what, I'll change it. Right, first time. I'll give it a high 5.
No,
Yeah. I can't.
get away from 5 out of 10, James. That is a disgrace, mate. A high 5. That's even worse than a 5.
Mate, I'm giving him a fucking high 5, mate. 100%. Not that I hate it or nothing. Just didn't do it for me tonight. I'm gonna let you land there, Kane. What you saying?
He gets a 7 out of 10. I thought. I agree with Lucas. I thought he was good at releasing the ball. I agree with you, James. Though that there was that one pass where they're 3-on-3, which was really bad.
Yeah.
But if we're going to get onto him, we're going to get onto a certain dancing merchant in a bit. And I want to see your rating for him if you're giving bloody Soucek a 5 out of 10. But I thought he was a 7 out of 10. I thought he was solid. I thought he was defending well. Yeah, he was a Soucek performance. He's been one of our best players this season, in my opinion.
Yeah. He's done well, but it wasn't beat tonight. Lucas, what are you saying for Soucek?
I'm going to give Soucek a very strong 6, and the only reason I'm doing that is because I think James Ward-Prowse was just a bit better on the ball tonight.
Comment of the night, that is. Exponential. That's brilliant. Clive's probably smashing up his screen as we speak. You know what I mean?
But I'm gonna give him a strong 6 only because I just thought James Ward-Prowse was a little bit better than him tonight. But still, in my opinion, I thought them together. Again, you could argue they weren't a partnership, but just in terms of them playing together, because they haven't played together in a while. I thought they both done their jobs very well.
I've got a question for you before we move on. Edson Alvarez comes back in on Saturday. Yeah, he automatically starts. Who partners him in that midfield?
It's got to be Soucek.
You drop Ward-Prowse.
I want Kudus back on the right. I want Paqueta back on the left. I want Ward-Prowse in the 10. To be honest, but you got Antonio as well. I think Antonio playing 90 minutes might signify he might not start against Wolves, but that's just a prediction here. But it's a hard one.
It is an hard one. We'll come to that at the end. But we will move on to this man, Kudus. Kane, what are you saying?
I thought he was good today. So he caused a lot of problems. I did think some of his crossing was absolutely terrible. I don't fully blame him. He's still learning on the left. He shouldn't really be on the left, but that's another issue. I'll give him a high 6. I didn't think he was outstanding. I didn't think he was bad. I thought he caused problems.
I'm going to agree with you. I am. Yeah, high 6 for me also. I love this kid, though. When he gets the ball, when he picks it up and he's running, I always believe something's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? But it's mad. I'm not going to lie. It really is. He's a good player. And, yeah, I do really like this kid a lot. Lucas, what are you saying?
Mohamed Kudus, I do love this guy so much. He's my type of player. But tonight I thought was a bit of a mixed bag from him. Couldn't really beat the man in front of him, whoever was in front of him. I think he beat his man once, and that was basically because the defender put in a tackle, and he's just so strong with the ball at his feet that he poked it forward after getting tackled. But mixed bag for me. There was a lot of times tonight where I feel like he should have released the ball and played somebody, but he didn't. There's a few times where he lost the ball, his head dropped, and he really needed to get back and defend, but he didn't. But again, as always, he's exciting. He works hard. Tonight wasn't his night. He wasn't terrible, so I'm gonna give him a 6.
I'm going to change my rate. I'm going to give him a 7. But the reason being is I thought defensively.
A 7?
Yeah. I went high 6. Yeah, I am going to give him a 7. I'll tell you the reason why. I'm going to give him a 7. I thought defensively he helped out Emerson quite a lot. Yeah, and sort of got back and retrieved the ball and got us out of sticky situations. I remember in the second half, he picked the ball up and he's running up right on his own and he's trying to do it. The only problem is with Mo is he just don't get the fucking ball out fast enough in that moment.
I actually thought defensively, and again, I think there's a difference between work rate and defensive work. I thought defensively he wasn't like at his standard to what I'm used to tonight, but his work rate was still there. But
yeah,
that's just what I saw.
I agree with that comment there from Mohamed's dad. Yeah, Spurs did do a lot of sort of professional fouls. Even Brennan Johnson.
I cannot wait to get onto that fucking cunt later.
I know. Right, we all done? Kane, you done? Yeah, all done. Right, we move on to this man, Jared Bowen. Kane, take it away, mate.
Oh, what a performance from Jared Bowen today! Sort of missing the goal. I thought he was really, really hard working, and he was a big threat for us today. He really, really did a big job on that right hand side for us. He come away with that pitch deserving the win. I thought, to be honest with you, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah, I agree. What I like about this kid, I'm going to give him. Yeah, I'm going to give him a high 7. No, I'll tell you what, we'll give him an 8. He's unlucky not to score today. I remember a chance in the second half when we broke. The referee is fucking awful today. Yeah, gives us a foul. We take the quick free kick, go up there, we score, and he brings it back.
Imagine my surprise.
You know what I mean?
We attract horrendous officiating like flies on shit.
Fucking so true. Excellent, mate. Like he's key to West Ham, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? When people say about the subs, everything else, he's key. Jared Bowen is the future, and we've got a really, really good player. So yeah, I'll tell you what, I will give him an 8. I thought he was excellent. Deserved a goal tonight. I will say that. What are you saying, Lucas?
I'm going to give Jared Bowen a 7. I was very worried that he pulled up like a groin or a hamstring in the first half because where I was sitting, and I could obviously see him, he just wasn't moving a lot, and I was very concerned. But he ended up coming back out in the second half, and he just put in a shift, and he was just a little bit better going, or he was a bit better going forward than Kudus tonight. So that's what pushes it to a 7 for me. But Jared Bowen, I've run out of words to say about him. He genuinely is. He is that next. I'm not calling him Mr. West Ham, but he is that next player that like just when we're 10, 15 years from now and we look back on our seasons and whatnot and our memories, Jared Bowen will be one of the first to pop up as someone that plays for the badge, someone that loves the club, and it's so hard to come by players like that. But not to get emotional, Jared Bowen, I love you. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Moving on to this man, Lucas Paqueta. Who do I start with first? Kane, go on. Let you go first.
I'm sort of debating between one rate and another. This guy, I think the fact that he probably won our most tackles. Yeah. He sort of escapes the 4 out of 10 and gets a 5 out of 10 for me. Absolutely dreadful. I don't really want to see him in that deep role. People cooking Soucek for like setting him 3-on-3. The guy lost the ball the most stupid times for the most stupid reasons. That was one. I thought he was dreadful.
You know what tonight was, Kane? Tonight was a flashback of when he first came to West Ham and he would lose the ball in our own half.
Mm.
That was a flashback tonight.
I thought he was defensively all right though tonight. Oh, like he was getting back and like pressing and helping, and he wasn't lazy tonight.
Oh, and I don't know if it showed up on the telly, but I might give Lucas Paqueta an extra point for absolutely steamrolling James Maddison tonight. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
Funny, yeah.
Did you see it on the telly? Oh my goodness, mate!
And he offered his hand and he refused it.
That is the closest thing you'll see to like an NFL like blindside hit. Just the fact that Maddison plays the ball and then like 3 seconds later he turns and then just gets fucking plowed. I was laughing my fucking ass off when that happened.
I know,
The only better person it could I like James Madison personally, but I wish it was Richarlison who'd done that too. That would have made it a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. Give me a number, Lucas.
We're through on goal, and he tries to play Antonio some sort of overhead the kick
Oh mate,
scoop ball. What are you doing, you moron? That was terrible.
steaming.
I agree on that.
I was absolutely steaming for someone that can leather a football and some of the goals he scored.
Yeah.
First off, I was shocked the referee did not blow his whistle. And when we went through, I was just screaming for Paqueta, just fucking hit it, just wallop it. And he fucking does that cheeky little layoff. And people got mad at Antonio, but it's like, mate, Paqueta has to shoot that. He has to shoot it.
Yeah. Right, he has to. Like, there's no choice, really. You know what I mean? What you saying? Give me a number, Lucas.
Kane, sorry to interrupt you, but finish your rating.
5 out of 10.
Fair enough. Lucas, what you saying?
I'm also going to give him a 5 just because, like I said, tonight was a bit of a flashback for me in terms of him just carelessly giving the ball away deep in our own half instead of clearing it. But again, sometimes I feel like it does go under the radar how hard Lucas Paqueta works for the type of player he is, and that I do not take for granted. But again, he just really wasn't on it tonight going forward. So 5 for me.
I'm gonna give him
in my opinion, the worst player tonight. But not terrible.
I'm gonna give him a high 5. I agree with everything you boys have said. The only issue with him, like, he did clear out fucking James Madison, which sort of was a good thing. At the end, I agree with you boys. He's got to be shooting on sight there. Like, as soon as that ball comes in, he's got to just open his body up and just aim towards the goal. Because him having a shot, if it ricochets off someone and goes in, then it's a goal. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's as simple as that. And instead, he tries this like this scoop or lob or whatever he was trying to do. Nevertheless, he did work hard for the calls. He gives the ball away in silly positions though, and puts us under pressure. I remember that in the second half, he played a stupid pass to someone, and it was like nowhere near the player, straight to them, and they was on it straight away. High 5 for me. I don't think he's a 6. I don't think he's a 5. So I'll give him a high 5. Move on to this man, Mikel Antonio. Lucas, let you go first. What you saying?
I thought tonight was a bit of a standard Antonio performance, in my opinion, when he doesn't score. I thought he held the ball up okay. He was giving Tottenham center half some fits, and again, he did get assaulted tonight, which was an absolute disgrace. Again, we'll talk about the ref later, who, in my opinion, should be shot on sight from the orbit. But yeah, I didn't think he was terrible. I didn't think he was fantastic.
He's got to be scoring the chance. Whether he gets called back on
that chance is. It really does make me wonder how he can score such a good goal on the weekend and then that chance falls to him. But I'm gonna give him a 6.
I'm gonna go next. I think he's come back a man reborn. Like, he gets stuck in. He don't lose the ball as much as he used to lose the ball. That chance is fucking massive. I'm sorry. And when people say it might get blown up and called back, we would have to be extremely unlucky that to get called back. Yeah, and then justifying that. Yeah. Nevertheless, he's still got to be putting that in the back of the net. And that is the difference, yeah? Like you just said there, Newcastle, right, runs through, scores, great finish. Tonight, he has one moment, really, of like where he has to do something, and that's got to be in the back of the net. So I'll give him just a 6, but the skin of his teeth. Works hard, done 90 minutes, deserves a bit of respect. 6 out of 10. Kane, what you saying, man?
Absolute pleasure to watch Mikel Antonio today. Absolutely, Mickey van der Mug, mate. That guy is not recovering from what Antonio did to him today. The I can't even speak right now. Holding the ball up as well, I thought he was absolutely excellent. I think it was a shame that he got gassed out quite early, though. I don't blame him for that.
Well, mate, it's because he got assaulted every 30 seconds. Typical.
Yeah, yeah. I do think, he should score that chance. That gets ruled out, though. 100% gets ruled out. I'm pretty sure he was offside as well. I don't know. I need to watch it back. But Paqueta fouls Maddison 100%. If that gets given against us, I am absolutely raging. So I think he should score. I don't think it would count. I don't think it should count, in my opinion. They should get a free kick to be unbiased. But there you go. If they got that free kick, they might have scored it because Maddison's good at free kicks. So we got a bit away with that one. But I thought he was a 7 out of 10. I think if he wasn't gassed out early, he would have got an 8 out of 10. I thought he was fantastic today. It's been such a pleasure seeing him come back in this form.
When did he, before I get to Lucas, when did he start gassing out for you? Like,
it was that chance. After that chance, he was literally out of breath. I think that's why he missed it.
It was the same. It was about the same time as Newcastle for me. Like, not the 65th minute, but I really thought that Danny Ings or someone should have been coming on around 75, 77 minutes, but it is what it is.
Yeah. What you rated him, Lucas?
I gave Antonio a 6. And actually, I'll tell you what, it was nice to see him play a full 90. That shows that he still can at least have a couple of those matches where he can put in a full 90. So
yeah, we need it. Let's move on to this man, the ref. John Brooks is fucking awful, mate. I'm not gonna lie.
His linos as well. Absolute fucking criminals.
Agree on
terrorists.
This. I remember, when Bowen got fouled. I think it was in the second half. Yeah, got cleaned out by their right back. Or left back, whatever it is. And the linesman's fucking 5 yards away, literally looking at it. Yeah, and then Bowen starts going mental at the linesman for not calling it. There was a foul on Mo before the foul on Mo where it would actually booked him. The Antonio booking was a bit, like, fucking, is that really a yellow card offence? Like, I don't like John Brooks. I just don't.
And that one goal kick where Antonio literally had Van de Ven or Romero, I can't remember which one, literally on top of his back like a table.
Yeah.
And I think he got called for a foul. And it was like, what is going on?
It's fucking madness, mate. Madness. What did you make of the ref, Kane?
I thought he let a lot go. I thought he sort of played into the whole Derby thing, to be honest with you. I think even Paqueta got away with quite a bit as well. But I agree. Antonio was getting a bit insulted on that pitch. It wasn't very fair, I thought. I didn't really get the yellow cards. I want to watch it back. I thought that was really weird.
Yeah, it was, mate. Right, give me a number, Kane.
A 5, only because it's much better than we've had recently, and that says a lot.
That's a fair point. I'll go with that. A 5 also. Shit, he was a shit ref though. He's so bad. Lucas, give me a number.
Yeah, not so fast. I'm not allowing a 5 to go down here. He gets a negative 10. I actually genuinely thought, like, no bias, I thought I'll be honest, I think that was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. Like, again, trying not to be biased, but like, how we didn't get any yellow. Who got yellows for us tonight? Antonio. And that was the only one, right?
Yeah, that's the only one.
And again, I just thought he was so fucking bad. And I do not know how he did not give a foul to Spurs in the second half when Paqueta pushed James Maddison from behind in the D, and we go on a counterattack. Again, he was just fucking atrocious tonight. Just in terms of mutual viewing, he was fucking terrible. So negative 10.
And that's the problem. I'm going to be honest. Before we move on to David Moyes, that's the problem. When you look at the foul the other day with Phillips, whether you think it's a penalty or not. Yeah, people are very strong. It wasn't a penalty. Fucking hell! Like today, that was a foul, literally blatantly right in front of him, and he don't give nothing. It's just the inconsistency is unreal. I will say that. But we move on to the final rating of the evening, and it is this man, David Moyes. Kane, what you saying?
My guy, my coach, my manager. 5 more years, David Moyes. Coached a win today. Yeah, I think you may criticise the subs. I'm looking at the subs bench thinking, what can you do? Last time we brought on a sub, we went from 3-1 to 4-3, for God's sake.
Yeah,
You can maybe argue Danny Ings comes on. What difference does it make? Johnson coming on. What difference does it really make? These players aren't. I mean, look at it. They're bringing on Kulusevski and Richarlison. Villa, they were bringing on Diaby and stuff. It's an absolute joke, man. Like, I can't blame him for the. I do actually blame him and for the last window for the bench a bit. But let's be honest. January came around. They stitched him up. They stitched the squad up. I thought the setup was completely fine. I thought there was not much else he could do. He gets a 7 out of 10.
brilliant, absolute brilliant. You've just nailed that fucking completely, absolutely completely. I had to give you the air horn there because fucking you have just smashed it to bits. When people exactly that, right? When people kept saying about the January window, I knew what was coming. Yeah, the same old shit every single time. Danny Ings is not going to make West Ham better. He just isn't. The standard is there at West Ham right now. Yeah, in that 11, that's the standard. When you start bringing subs on, that standard drops like that, right? And that is the problem. Like you just said, they're bringing on Richarlison and the other geezer. Fucking hell, like. And we're looking at our bench thinking, who can we bring on who ain't gonna fuck us up? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, for me today, I think I'm liking him that he's going 4-2-3-1. He's got to get some credit for that. People moan that he's fucking too negative. Yeah, he's gone 4-2-3-1 against Spurs at home. Yeah, and people keep raving and saying Spurs are this amazing team when I haven't fucking seen it all season. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, we've took 4 points of them this season. I thought he had no choice with not making any subs, right? Because people moaned at the weekend that he made the sub, yeah, and it fucked us. And he's damned if he does, he's damned if he don't. So today, I'm going to give him I'll give him a 7. I don't think this is on him today. I think he picked the team. He went attacking. He was even at one stage telling them to fucking get out, right, and screaming at them to get out because they were sitting
mate,
back.
he was livid at Fabianski
Yeah,
at the end for not pelting the ball down the pitch to Jared Bowen
yeah,
towards the end.
right. And
So you all can hold that.
he was trying. He was fucking trying, like to sort of urge him out. Yeah. And sometimes people look at him and say he's the problem. Yeah. Sometimes our players go into like their shells a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'll give him a 7.
What
Lucas, what
about
do you say?
the cap? What do you think about his hat? I thought it looked really nice.
He threw it on the ground quite a bit tonight.
Fair enough. What you say, Lucas, on him?
I just want everyone to know one thing.
What's
David
that?
Moyes does not lose to Tottenham at home. Live it, breathe it, love it. Learn it, live it, love it. He doesn't
Yeah.
lose to Tottenham at home. And tonight, after going 1-0 down, we fought back. We got a point tonight in a must not lose. And the only thing keeping us from 3 points was Antonio missing an absolute sitter. And yeah, you just gotta respect the point. We fought back. He played the strongest 11 that we could. My only critique was not seeing Danny Ings come on at least the last 5, maybe 10 minutes. But again, that's just my opinion because, again, I was talking to Clive at the match. I was like, it's such a West Ham thing that you can't bring Danny Ings on as a striker. We have to play him in the 10 and move someone else up top if he comes on. But again, I'm no expert, but if it was me, I would have brought Danny Ings on, played him in the 10, and moved Kudus or Bowen up top. But again, I'm no expert. David Moyes gets a 7 out of 10, and we move on to a slightly difficult fixture on Saturday.
Can I make an Ings comment? Because I think in a game like that where you're going to try and win the game, I think the only person you can really put up front is Paqueta. And because Paqueta was playing deep, again, it comes back to bringing on Phillips. I don't think it was that simple, to be honest with you, bringing on Ings. I think it was a big conundrum in Moyes' head.
I only say that because I think there was a few moments in the last 10 minutes where the 3 points were there for the taking from us. But that's just my opinion.
Also, I don't think Moyes really wanted to bring Calvin on tonight. Because you imagine if Calvin would have fucked up tonight, especially against Spurs,
real quick, credit to the supporters tonight. Calvin Phillips got a warm round of applause running into the tunnel from warm-ups. No booing tonight, rightfully so. I'm just happy he didn't get any scrutiny or boos or haws tonight.
I'm going to say one thing about the fans tonight. You can tell me if I'm right or wrong, Lucas. Yeah, I thought the atmosphere was fucking brilliant for West Ham fans tonight.
It was good, and a little bird told me tonight that Edson Alvarez was in the boxes tonight, and when we were singing "If You Hate Tottenham, Stand Up," he was up on both feet singing with us like an absolute legend. I wish I was being sarcastic when I was saying that, but that is true apparently from a little bird in my ear. But yeah, the atmosphere was good. Tottenham, they weren't that great tonight. I mean, they just keep singing about who they are and stealing Southampton's song. So
fair enough. David Moyes gets his rating. Overall, I think it's a good point. I really do. It should have been 3, but I'm going to say this quite openly right now. It is now 12:20 at night, so I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. Is the January window will come back to haunt us. Yeah. And when people look at Moyes and everything else, and you look at the bench, there is no one on that bench that I trust. I don't trust Ben Johnson to come in and play midfield, against a good side. I definitely don't trust Maxwell Cornet, and I certainly don't trust Danny Ings to play up front and hold the fucking ball up. The problem we've got currently right now is we've got too many square pegs round holes. That's the problem. And we've got too many players who you take one player out, you've got to keep moving players around to fill a position. Is that on Moyes or is that on the ownership of the club? I think it's a bit of both. I think Moyes should have put his foot down. But I also do think the owners, when you get rid of Ben Rama and Fornells, you should at the very least, bring in one attacking option, if not 2. Like, you have to. Do you know what I'm saying? Fornells and Ben Rama weren't all that, but they still are an option. Do you know what I'm saying? And for squad depth. So, yeah, it is going to be interesting to see what happens in the future. Before we go, lads, thoughts on Wolves. Lucas, are you going?
I will be there.
Man's a living legend. You've not actually you've lost one game since you've been over, isn't it? You know that?
We lost to Freiburg and Newcastle, so
yeah, in the Premier League,
it hasn't been too bad so far, but I cannot lie to you. Newcastle was a bit of a traumatizing experience for me. Lovely city, lovely people, lovely ground, but what I saw last Saturday will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I know, mate. I know. Kane, thoughts on Wolves, mate?
We're going to absolutely annihilate them. We're going to Alvarez back. I thought the real positive signs today. We defended our box extremely well. O'Neill versus Moyes is an embarrassing record. I think Wolves have run out of as well. They've not really been looking that good recently. I don't see him as a European contender. I think we're going to destroy him.
The only concern I have is that Cunha, I think, will be back on Saturday. He was supposed to be back tonight, but I think he will be back on Saturday. And I agree with Kane. I think we can finally. I wouldn't call it a bump in the road, But like I said, the last time we did beat Wolves away was April 2020 or 2020. It was 2020, I think.
Yeah.
But with Alvarez coming back, I think we can get it done. Wolves, I don't like disrespecting clubs like Wolves, but I think they've genuinely just had like a bit of a purple patch, in my opinion. Because like when I look at their side, Gary O'Neill's done a good job for what he has, but I just you put Alvarez in our side on Saturday with who we had out there today. I think we do the business 1,000%. And let's think about this too. Mo Kudus has not had two bad matches in a row yet since coming to West Ham, and I refuse to believe he's not going to play better than what he did tonight on Saturday. He will play better. He will. You know what? He's scoring. Oh wait, he's going to have his first. Or actually, no, he did score his first away goal. Newcastle. What a man! He's going to score his second on Saturday. I'm going to be there in the Steve Bull's End, whatever the hell it's called, and I'm just.
I can tell you've had a drink because you're just rambling on, bro. Right, I'm going to say this about Wolves. Big game. Yeah, it's a big game for West Ham. I think if West Ham win, Europe is on the cards. West Ham can get Europe in the league. Yeah, I think it is basically as black and white as that. I think the next three games, Wolves, Fulham, Crystal Palace, West Ham have to win at least two of them. Have to win at least two. Yeah, if someone said to me right now, you're going to draw with Wolves, but you're going to beat the next two, I think I would accept that and get the 7 points. If we can beat Wolves, I think that kills their hopes of European football. Yeah, we're still in the hunt, lads. Like I'm not going to lie, we still are in the hunt for European football, and I think it's going to go down all the way down to the end.
We got to take care. We got to take care of business. I know that everyone loves to harp on sides that we should have beaten, but we've also got to look at the other side of the coin and look at the big six sides we've beaten four of them, 4 out of the 6 this season, and the world is not perfect. If the world was perfect, we'd be top 4 or possibly in first right now. But I don't know. I'm excited. But Saturday is a bit of every match is important, but this is a bit of a statement match.
Yeah,
if we just need to get the business done, and I think we will.
I agree. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Kane, thank you very much for coming on, mate. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, James. Always a pleasure. I want to stress everyone to like the video, subscribe. I need to see some more likes there, lads. Not enough today. I want to give a shout out to Iron X200, Iron X100, some great Twitter accounts.
I have a theory on who it is.
DM me, Lucas, please.
Oh no, I'm going to say it out loud. I think it's Joe Little.
Fair enough. Shout out to him. Right, I'll be back Thursday. To talk about Wolves. Probably be an after-hours show. As I said, it's been it's a good result, some good performances, but the show must go on Thursday, and Wolves on the Saturday. Like the video, subscribe to E20 Zone TV if you want to. If you don't want to and you think we're talking bollocks, I do apologise. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And also, keep looking at the manager all the time and thinking he's that fucking nemesis. Yeah? He is a problem to a point, but the ownership of this club have left him in the lurch, especially on that fucking bench. Because some of them players are fucking shit. Yeah? And he knows it. And the staff know it. Not just Moyes. Billy McKinley, Kevin Noland, and fucking Heitinger. They all know that that bench is fucking...
McKinley was having a bit of a row today, too. I loved seeing the spirit from him, walking up to the 4th official, just giving it large.
Shout out to him, mate. He was a good player back in the day. I will say that. Anyway, that's enough from us. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your evening wherever you are, and tomorrow. And I will see you again in the next one.
Palace. Who the fuck are Palace?
Exactly.
Level up. Get set, level up. Level up.